I believe we're live.
All right. We're live. Yes, we are. Yay! So welcome back, everybody. So this little episode of our Share the Love Giving Marathon, we're going to be talking about our Sister Survivor Retreat and how it's healing and how you can adopt a sister program. So absolutely, I love this part of the program. So I want to welcome everybody back. We're coming today to advocate for survivors and make some real change. I guess again, BTSADV is the nation's largest survivor-led domestic violence nonprofit, if you didn't know. And we do provide critical support for survivors. And one of those support programs is our Sister Survivor Retreat. Mm-hmm. And I have our lovely Amanda, who is our Director of Operations. She runs our Survivor Retreats with us. And we also have Kerry. She has been a volunteer, and she has attended our Survivor Retreat to help give some unique perspective on what we do there and what you can expect. But in the meantime, we want to let you know we can't do all these programs without you. So today, our goal in the Share the Love Marathon is to raise $10,000 through the weekend. Even if you're not seeing this live, we're hoping to run it through, if you're seeing it through the Valentine's weekend, please feel free to donate, share your support. Those links will still be good and active in there. Every dollar you donate goes directly to helping survivors find safety, hope, and healing. So please, there is a Valentine's Give Better campaign link across the bottom there that you can donate through, or just go to our website at BTSADV.org/donate. Every dollar that we receive, you're going to receive a special thank you message from a survivor that your donation helps support. And through this marathon, you're going to hear a lot of different expert discussions, and we're going to dive deep into our programs and the realities of domestic violence. So thank you, ladies, for joining me today.
Absolutely. I always love talking about the Survivor Sister Retreat, as always.
Absolutely. So, healing after abuse, it's not just about survival, right? It's about rebuilding, what the 3 R's: rebuilding, reclaiming, and restoring, right? Absolutely. So that's why our Sister Survivor Retreat is so vital, because so many survivors at this retreat, it's the first time they can feel real safety and really feel like they're heard. And I think it's very empowering, definitely. And it takes a lot of resources to provide that. So, Amanda, I'd love you to share your perspective, because you came in as a volunteer.
I did.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about that.
So my first time as the Sister Survivor Retreat was amazing. I was at a time in my life where I had some personal issues with my abuser. And I was just at that time also coming into BTSADV to be the director of community organizer director, excuse me. And so I got the opportunity to do this retreat at a time that was on a professional level, but also a personal level. And it was so healing in so many ways for me, because I have never had that kind of support or understanding in one room ever, or the understanding of there was women that understood me and loved me unconditionally just because of the bond we had, and have because of something, unfortunately. And I always tell people this is not a club. Nobody wants to be a part of this. But when you are, you need that support system, because you're not going to always find that in your immediate support, because you don't want to. You don't want this to happen to your friends and family. You don't, you know. So when you have this situation and you need this outlet to go over things and to be able to have conversations you can't have with others, the retreat really gave me that space. I was able to let go of things that I was holding in for years. I was able to make bonds with other women all across the country over things that we just so much were able to understand each other over. And to me, that was just the beginning of my healing journey that took me to a new level. Because when you can get past that one hill of that kind of, you're walking up, and then you need that kind of extra pushover gently to get to the other side. That's the sister retreat. Like, that is literally like, okay, I'm at a good place in my healing, but I need that little like up. I need pushed up. I need some support. That's the sister retreat. Because you're able to look at people and go, am I crazy because I didn't handle it this way? Am I crazy? Like, or did you do this? Or like, and everybody lovingly will, just respond to you and be like, yeah, yeah. Or no, I haven't, but that's okay because this is normal. And you're like, oh, and that to me, I always say knowledge has been the best part of my healing. So you get so much of that. I mean, I could talk on it about for days, Tara. So I will, so I will, but it's amazing.
Wonderful. And Kerry, you want to talk a little bit about your coming into the retreat? What made you decide, like when you saw it at first, that it intrigued you?
Um, well, I was in the middle of recovery, and I tried to reach out to friends, family, and if they haven't been in the situation, they don't really understand, and you don't get that validation that you need and that support, I guess. So the experience, you can feel so lost and alone, and the retreat seemed like a place to connect with other women who would understand and um, give that support that I needed to get through the situation I was in and help me to recover and reach a better place. And it was an amazing experience. I would do it again in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, I I know when I first my first experience actually with the retreat was a little different because I was coming in, as one of the founding people in the organization, coming in to help facilitate it when we got the idea. And the idea was really to have somebody who could totally understand and help with your healing journey so that when you walked away, you had that support system. I didn't realize how significant even just being someone who was facilitating it for the first time, kind of running through the experiences with that first group that I did that with, would change me. Just the amount of love and caring and compassion, and to be able to go, that was me too. And be able to express it, and even the negative thoughts that you've had while you were in the middle of your abuse, to be able to express it and go, and somebody else go, oh no, I did that too, I felt that way too. Yeah, I wasn't the best in those situations either. And you don't have to take the blame. You don't have to feel the guilt. Um, and that it was okay was astonishing to me, where I went, we got to do this again. We got to do this every year, because it was so wonderful an experience. It really is life changing. It really is. So, um, yeah. So, Amanda, how do you think it's a little different now that you're helping to facilitate it, as far as, because you've got both ends of that as well, like I do.
I do. Yeah, it's definitely the blessing to get the insight of watching it change other people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
Being the director, I get the privilege of interviewing some of our participants that apply. We have an interview process of, and I don't like to call it an interview, I call it a retreat chat, because I want to make it comfortable. We love this retreat is a healing retreat, but it's also a retreat that surfaces. So we definitely in these chats that we have with these women, that's why we do that, because we want to make sure that you're at a good place. Your healing is at a good place for us to give that extra bump, right? And getting to listen to these women and to be able to go, yeah, she needs a sister retreat. And then to watch her go to a sister retreat and blossom at this sister retreat, Tara, I know you know what I mean. Like, it is just so powerful, because you can see when you're talking to that person, like, they are just so ready to just, like, they just need the right space. They need the right people, the right empathy. And when you watch them blossom, and then even after the retreat blossom, it's such a testament to how healing a group of women that understand each other could be in each other's lives. Like, it's amazing to me. And that is very fulfilling to me as a survivor, but also as in my job leading this, is just watching how it positively affects other women, especially with their growing of just healing. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's very interesting for me that you can see people at various stages of their healing. Someone who's been out for quite some time and they've done quite a bit of work,
Yes.
but then you'll see somebody else who comes in who is a little more newly. They've been a year or so out, but they're still being burnt in some ways, going through some things still,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's co-parent or whatever. And then there's always somebody who is the minute they come in, you see they're very broken, just very broken.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel so devastated. You just want to give your heart to that person and give them your all. But by the time you walk away from the retreat, it always amazes me that broken person just looks like a whole new person. Like you said, they blossom, they bloom,
They blossom.
whole new
Yes.
again. And then even those who are more weathered, have been, a lot, even they will be like, I never knew this is what I needed. This is what I needed.
Absolutely.
I've done 20 years of therapy, and I'll tell you, I needed this more than I needed that. And not that I'm advocating to replace therapy, but it's a different dynamic. Don't you think, Kerry?
Absolutely, it is. I would say I was more toward the person who came in broken and felt like a new woman when I left. It was so empowering, so refreshing. Um, an incredible time.
That's awesome. And that's
Yeah,
what
that's amazing. So, let's talk about just a little bit of what they could expect if somebody wanted to know kind of what we do during the retreat. Amanda.
So the one thing that I always bring up to our applicants when they are coming in for a retreat chat is I tell them that this is a retreat made for you by survivors. So this retreat not only has some healing workshops and fun things, it is specially caterized for survivors by survivors. And to me, that's awesome, because who best, as we've been talking about in the previous segments, it's best to know what we've been through than survivors themselves. So we definitely make it to where we are hitting all of the certain points that we need to do to move forward in our healing, but also get the best time we can out of this retreat. So with the retreat, we definitely, we help you. We cover the accommodations. We feed you daily, of course, all 3 meals. I always like to brag about our board chair, Audrey's charcuterie board, because it's amazing. It
Yeah.
is. We help, but Audrey
Really.
does like the nice little flowers and stuff, and that's the first day. We want you guys to come in and kind of just feel welcome. Get your drinks, get your snacks, because we do have people traveling from flights and different things. So we try to keep the first night kind of casual and light. We do a nice icebreaker game. And this icebreaker game, and the purpose for this icebreaker game, is so that we all understand that even though all of our stories are different, we all connect in some way.
Yeah, there's a commonality between
There's
us
a commonality.
all.
And in that way, we feel that's the best way to start this retreat off, so that we all are understanding we've all been there in some way, and we are all here to support and to, move forward together. And then we have some wonderful workshops that's led by our board members, volunteers, staff. And then this year, I know me and Tara are equally excited. We're going to an equine center. This equine center has different horses, sugar scrub making, yoga. I mean, this definitely is something that's different for our retreat, because usually we keep it on site, but we are now able to take our participants off site and have a very therapeutic day. And it's a farm in Colorado Springs in the mountains. So I'm sure, I can only imagine the atmosphere is going to be breathtaking along with the horses. They've been very generous to let us have a small horse on this adventure, because they know that us survivors can get triggered really easily and startled. So they're accommodating to what we are needing for this retreat. We definitely again, we have different workshops, from arts and craft to journaling, some spiritual workshops, just some stuff that, again, feed your mind, soul, but also a healing of what DV survivors need.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kerry, what are some of your favorite workshops?
Um, One of my most fond memories is the first evening when we were there, and you had the ball of yarn
Yes.
that we
Yes.
tossed back and forth with the me too.
Yes.
Yeah. At that point, I was still feeling really reserved, and after we did that, and I looked at that, and I thought, we all have these connections,
Mm-hmm.
and it
Yeah.
gave me a little more ease,
Right.
and that one stuck with me.
Yeah, the Me Too one is a big one that
It's emotional.
everybody
It's
remembers.
a very emotional one. Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
But
Yes.
it's so powerful. And that's our icebreaker that I was speaking about at the beginning. That is
Mhm.
definitely something. I think we even did that inside our organization one time with our volunteers. And it's a powerful,
Yeah.
powerful exercise for sure. And I love that. So that's awesome. Very
That one,
important.
and usually the closing exercise is a big uh,
Yes.
the
Yes.
letter burning.
The
So
letter
yes.
burnings. Yes. Yes. That was one of my big part of my release of my healing. I'm sure you remember that too. Yeah, I
You
mean,
know,
literally.
we were holding revival the whole
Yes, I
time.
literally,
We were all like,
yeah, Tara was like, oh my gosh,
let it out.
I was just like, I was like, ah! But that's okay. That's what we want for you guys. We want you guys to be able to be release whatever's been pent up. And seriously, the letter burning, that is a whole other level of just release and let go. Um it's amazing. And Tara, I have to add too, one of the things that I loved too was when we would have participants, like sisters, past sisters, that came and said, I've never had anybody take care of me, like take my plate for me or cook for me. Or and that another thing was just because the one thing that we don't
pamper.
realize,
Yes, we
like,
pamper.
we pamper, because we also realize that not everybody has this one bad experience. This sometimes has been all their life. This is how they grew up. So we want to make sure for this time that you are truly understanding what it is to be respected and to be loved and to be cared for. If it's only for that one time, they can have that memory. And that's what's important, is that I just want them to know what that feeling feels like. Yeah. Because once you do, I think we really want to seek it out more.
Well, I know the letter burning. I'm sure Kerry will attest to that. First time the letter burning, even I felt it. And I was a Wilbur speaker already. I was like, really? Are you going to really make me write a letter to my
You were like,
yeah, and you think nobody at the beginning of that, right, Kerry? Nobody is looking forward to that one, right? At the beginning, no.
But doing it, it feels so freeing. It just feels so good to let all those thoughts out.
And I know us ladies and like who have been on the retreats multiple times, sometimes we redo. We write letters for different people sometimes. Sometimes we're in a different, well, like, listen, I've done it. I know other board members and staff. It's like, we're like, listen, we're coming back this year, but we're coming for someone else. This letter.
Because usually you have multiple people in your lives. It's not just your partner, right? It can be your mother, your father, things that were other people you dated, and that you've got to let go because it's been going on usually for a long time somewhere in your life. The abuse normally for most people doesn't start with just the day he put his hands on you somewhere. Somebody along the line mistreated you, talked down to you, berated you, made you feel like you were worthless. And sometimes you got to address that too, along the way. But yeah, that's one of the best. That's one of the best. I had to write a second letter to my ex one year because he reached out to my daughter, and she's like, here, with the letter, she's like, here, burn that. It happened like 2 days before a retreat. Here, burn that at your retreat, Mom. And I was like, I will, and I got some words.
I'll burn that, and I'm going to burn that whole letter I'm making for that letter. Yeah.
I got some words for him again. Oh my goodness.
I mean, we've had people bring like divorce papers and burn them.
Yes, because we encourage people to bring like any old clothing, any old gifts. We'll burn it. We'll
as long as we're not like setting ourselves on fire, we tell you to like, as long as it's not positive, then we tell you to bring it. And I remember watching people just throwing like piles and piles of paper. I'm like, yeah, I get it. And we play music in the background. We definitely are cheering you guys on. We are giving you that support. It's not like everybody's still awkwardly standing there as you're. I mean, it's definitely a scene, Tara, and I'm sure Kerry, you can. It's definitely, we set it up to be a powerful moment. We want it for you guys to know that this is your moment and this is liberating for you guys, and we're here to support you.
Yeah, it was such a touching moment, and it meant so much. It was such a great experience. And yes, I remember one of the women at our retreat, she had paper after paper after paper.
Yes. And we were in there. We were like, just keep doing
cheering her on.
We were like, we'll wait all night if we need to. And it was rain and cold.
Yeah. There's so many retreats. One young lady she brought her diamond jewelry and threw it in the fire.
I don't know. I probably would have been like, wait.
Let's go pawn that.
We're
Let's
like,
go pawn that.
burn it.
Can we donate that? Like,
We're like, what?
I mean, but that's freeing for her, so I understand. But the person watching was like, I totally get her. Yeah.
Well, and another year, it was so funny too. One year, there was a burn ban and it was pouring rain. So the place that we facilitated it at, we went and got a shredder. So we were shredding everything.
Oh, it's probably the long. You're like,
and let me tell you, it was good. If anybody go back and listen to the first podcast we did today with Midori, that was Midori's retreat. And
that was
Midori and I'll never forget it. We're back in the background going, put that man in the can. Put him in the can.
I feel like Az is like shredding in the background. I love that. That's hilarious. We're good. I mean, we are very determined women. We do not like to be told no. So if the weather's going to stop, we're going to find other ways to make this happen. I promise. We every year we have our challenges at the retreats like anything else, but I promise you guys, you won't know. You won't know because we will make it happen.
Oh,
it's so funny.
It's definitely been incredible over the years, so definitely. And so we just want to encourage everybody as we're talking about the retreat. If you have any questions or comments, please put them into the comment section. We'd love to hear from you. In the meantime, this is how you can help. Donate $50, provide retreat materials and resources to a survivor, or maybe $100. It would help fund the healing activities for the survivors on the retreat, or even $500 could help fully sponsor a survivor's experience on this retreat. So your donation is not just money. It's really a gift and hope and healing. So give to the link scrolling across the bottom of here, or again, go to btsadv.org/donate. Your donations really do matter. And I know our survivors appreciate it. So, Kerry, what would you say to somebody who's thinking about maybe adopting a survivor? Is it really worth it if they do?
It's absolutely worth it. It can touch a person so much. It can help them heal. It can help them reach a new point in their life and have a connection with their survivor sisters to keep them going. It's kept me going and gotten me to a much better place. It would absolutely be worth it.
Yeah, it's really, you're really supporting someone's journey and healing. Absolutely. I know Kerry's group of sisters were texting each other happy Valentine's and stuff this morning.
I was about to say that. You guys are so sweet. I was like, they're sending Happy Valentine's Day.
It's so wonderful to keep that connection with such a great group of women who understand you.
Mm-hmm.
And
oh yeah, it's a lifelong connection.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. You walk away with a sisterhood for sure. So, yeah, that was cute this morning. I saw
it was like, we were in between, and when I had a moment, I went in and wished everybody a happy Valentine's. I was like, they're so sweet.
Oh.
Excuse me.
And so like Amanda, if to let the public know, like, why do you believe healing is such an important part of a survivor's journey, especially with how it relates to the retreat?
Oh my gosh. Without healing, you're going to be stuck in pain that you didn't deserve. And it's going to start eating you inside and out. And you don't deserve that. You didn't deserve to be in this position in the first place. So you deserve to have some peace of mind. Healing from DV is so important because it just not mentally take over you. It physically, takes over you. And that was one thing that I was not knowledge of until I was way out and started, experiencing and learning from others. And I think that people really need to understand that this is crucial. It's your life. This isn't, to be taken lightly or bypassed or forgotten or, replaced. It's going to meet up with you somewhere down the road if it's not, and I think that why this sisterhood and coming to the retreat is important because you get that foundation all the time to have those resources when you can't have it yourself. We're not always going to have good days. We're always going to question certain things. We're going to grieve certain things, and we're going to be angry at certain things. 20 years out, 10 years out, 2 years out, it doesn't matter. Domestic violence victims is a life sentence, regardless of how we handle it. It's a life sentence. And if we are not responsible for our own healing, we were not responsible for the trauma, but we are responsible to take that next step in our healing and make sure that we're better for ourselves, our children. I know that's something I had to do for myself. I'm a mom of 3. They witnessed too much of my domestic violence with their father, and they didn't deserve that. So they deserve to heal mom when he was gone.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we all owe that just to ourselves as being Valentine's Day. Give yourself something more permanent. The next step of, just not pampering ourselves once in a while, things that are superficial, but more permanent, like a sister retreat or, taking that next step.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, what Amanda said, it has such a lasting effect. It's more than just a long weekend with other women. It's a lasting thing that. Go ahead.
No, good.
I get
You're
I
doing good.
emotional.
It's
You're fine. It's
emotional. It's okay. Because I know, like Kerry, you had so much going on that even after the retreat, I know we all were rallying for you and cheering for you and supporting you, and that can make a big difference, don't you think?
You gave me the strength that I thought I didn't have anymore. And I don't even have the words
Yeah.
to say how much I appreciate it. I knew I would cry.
Okay. I cried.
okay.
I
It's okay.
cried.
We're all for the.
Audrey cried the last one. I think we all are going to be on a crying. Oh, yes. It's a beautiful thing. It really is to be able to help people, and so like a lot of people out there, like I said, part of why we're doing this is to show people out there that we're more than just a social media presence. That when you scroll through that screen, it's not just some post by somebody out there.
No. And I can personally testify to that. Yeah.
It's people. Yeah, yeah. As I know, we have people who've watched us for years, and they'll tell me, they'll come to a retreat. I've been following you for 5 years. I've been following y'all for 7 years. And reposting your stuff and everything, and then they come to a retreat and it's like a whole new experience, and they were like, wow, I didn't even know you did this kind of thing. And we're like, yeah, we're very proud of our programs. So absolutely very proud.
Yes.
So yeah, and so Amanda, if somebody had a hesitation on donating, what would you say to them? Is there money safe and secure donating to something like this?
Oh yeah. I mean, I can sit here and say on Facebook Live, I have spent more money than I like to admit on DoorDash, and in a year, over $500. If you have that 500 to give, you are going to change someone's life forever. I promise you that. We as an organization really always tell these women we want to make sure that money is not a factor for you to be able to access this healing, because it's not what it's about. We want people to be able to have these experiences that need these experiences, but unfortunately maybe going through stuff. A single mother who works all the time but is still going through court battles with her ex for child support and not getting a fair amount, and she needs this healing, but she's not going to take the food out of her children's mouth or let her son miss out on something. She um this could be a blessing to someone, and you could be a blessing, because we survivors have went through so much and have fought through so much alone, and I've had more people look down on us and hurt us. So to be able to give that kindness and generosity to someone you've never met but can have that empathy for, you're gonna be blessed as well, because this is, again, not just giving to us. It's not about us. It's about these women and the women that are going to come after them, because there's still people actively, as we are doing this live and probably even watching this live, thinking I would love to be at that place in my life to be safe enough to be coming on these retreats. We need to keep this going so that we can keep changing these generations. So yes, it's definitely worth more money than what anybody's spending on something that might not even be helping their lives. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I agree. Oh, oh my goodness. We're all going to cry. I know Audrey is at home watching crying.
I was like, God, Audrey's crying.
Our chairman of the board, she has
I
heart. Yes, she's over there
does.
line. Yeah, that's what this is about. Healing should be a right. It shouldn't be a privilege.
Yes.
And when you help a survivor take that first step to freedom, it is life changing. Life changing. And at this step with the retreat, we're talking about the freedom to be able to express yourself and feel like you can live again and have a whole new life, and that there is hope, that you can reclaim this journey and find who you are and be the person you need to be and need to be for your children, and help your children become the people they need to be as well. So
Absolutely.
absolutely. So is there anything else you ladies wanted to kind of touch on, like Amanda, how can people sponsor somebody to attend again? And like, you want to touch on where they can go if you want to maybe attend the retreat this summer in Colorado? When details on that?
Absolutely. So we do have our retreat details, I believe, on our website, but we are also featuring it on our Facebook pages. And then I will also have it tagged to this video for this live for you guys to go ahead and apply. So the retreat is June 19th through the 22nd in Colorado Springs. This is, again, going to be in a very beautiful location. We do ask that if you are interested in attending the retreat, that you are a year out of your DV relationship. You are responsible for your own transportation to and from the retreat, but I do tell everybody that we also make sure that if there's other sisters flying in at the same time as you, if you're flying or certain things, we try to help accommodate that to do some carpools as well. Again, we ask that if you're interested, just to sign up on the Google form, and then I will reach out and we will kind of do retreat chat, as I keep referring to in this live. And that's just where me and you sit down. And it can either be through text message, a phone call, or a Google Meets. I want you to be as comfortable and in your space as when we have this conversation, because again, this is all about you. So as a retreat director, we want to make sure that we go ahead and make this about you. Yes, you will be able to find the links through there. We also have a program where you can sponsor a sister, where we're asking, even if we have some former survivor sisters watching and they want to give a blessing to someone to be able to experience what they experienced. Because again, only us survivors know what this retreat did for us, and what this retreat do for others. So there is a Give Better campaign link that I will have attached where you can go in and donate. And again, it can just be $25, $10, whatever you can afford, but that will go towards helping someone be able to get this blessing and be able to attend. Yeah, we're really excited to see everybody, and whoever wants to, again, participate in this, there will be a link for you to apply.
Wonderful. And Kerry, what would you tell them if they're hesitating about applying?
About applying,
Mm-hmm.
oh, don't hesitate. Um, Apply. Amanda will reach out to you, and Amanda is precious. She will tell you everything you need to know. She will make you feel better um, about attending and let you know what you need to know. Um, it can be a little scary going into it, but I promise you, once you get there, you won't regret it. You'll be very glad that you did it. Um, you know, it can help you
Yeah.
heal and give you support that you need for a long term.
Oh, that's
So don't
wonderful.
hesitate.
Yeah, don't hesitate. I know some of the what are some of the most common questions, Amanda? I know one is, do I get my own private room? And
Yes.
unfortunately,
We do not provide, unfortunately, because of the mass of the people that we have come, we cannot accommodate separate bedrooms for everybody, but I promise you, you'll get your privacy. I think as I've seen through the years, the women actually kind of like it. It's like a fun sleepover, guys. It's like being teenagers again, honestly. I have witnessed it, giggling and just play. I mean, it was it to me, and we kind of sometimes, if Tara, correct me if I'm wrong, if we have we kind of give them their own space after a while to let them bond without us around, and we
yes,
definitely will just be like giggling listening to these women just act like teenagers, and we love it, because when do we get to act like teenagers at sleepovers, really? you know so I
yeah,
always tell people, it is that big, even us as staff and volunteers and board, we definitely love that chance to come together because it's just a bunch of girls, having fun too. Like we definitely are there for the healing and seriousness, but it's fun. Like we definitely make sure that everybody feels included. One of the things that I love to do is I really love to watch people. And as Kerry, as you say, it's hard when people come in. I've seen, and Tara, I'm sure you could agree, is the doe eye, like very kind of scared, like walk in, they're looking at everybody.
Oh, a lot of time it's their first time flying or their
Yes.
first time out doing something
Away from their
totally on their
children.
own. Yeah.
And it's especially for the ones that's the first time away from their children, that's hard. We can definitely empathize. We're all mothers. Most of us are mothers. I mean, we are there to make sure that you are comfortable and loved on that whole time. Like no one gets lost in it. Like we are on it. Like if we see someone
For sure.
uncomfortable, there's one of us running to you. I promise. You don't have to feel like you won't be heard or seen. Oh, there's going to be too many people, or oh no, we are so good at that. I promise you. So yeah. That's another thing. I think that sometimes people have that because again, social anxiety comes with survival of abuse sometimes with certain people. And I had social anxiety before I even was in my abuse, and that just magnified it by 100. And I mean, the way that we try to greet you at this retreat, we want to make sure the moment you get in there, you're supposed to be in there, and that I mean, we don't leave you alone. We don't. I mean, we want to make sure you're okay. So yeah, it's a good thing. I promise it. We love being there for you guys, and this is from our hearts. And I think that's why the retreat is also, these women have been doing this for years, and I've saw it come from their heart, and I know it comes from mine, and it's what makes it even better.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. And we have Rachel commenting. Hey, Rachel. Says she says she loved the letter.
Rachel.
And Mia's commenting.
Yeah, Mia really picked great commentary for each person. We do. We have, oh, hi Layla, my daughter. Yeah, definitely. We definitely love to just make sure everybody just feels justified, but also just, we all need to laugh sometimes in this too. So we do have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, Rachel.
Well, and some of what I would recommend too is, like, if you have a family member that you see that you think the retreat might be good for them, pass it on, because this last retreat, Audrey, our board chair, and myself, actually our daughters attended it last year together, and it was quite an amazing thing to see our daughters walk away so much healing, so much better with the things that they were struggling with their anxieties, and the things, amazing things they are doing now. That's even better. That was even better for me than my own attending of it. Yeah.
Oh my. Yeah, I was like watching that, and I have a 13 and a 16-year-old, and I'm like, my daughter only has like 3 more years so she could do a sister retreat. Because as a mother watching that, I was like, that was so inspiring for me as a mother. And I was like, she could go in 3 more years, because that's like literally, because I think that they need to be there. It is. I was amazed, and they were so healing to us as mothers, because they were able to come in as the children and tell us, this was not your fault. We don't hate you. The mother's guilt is real in domestic violence. It is. And it's something that we hold on to because we love our babies, and to have Tara's daughter and Audrey's daughter, they're telling us, we love you. This is not, we knew you were in trouble. We knew that, but, and I think to have that, all those different diversities of the way that domestic violence, again, hits everybody, it's amazing. It was amazing. And it was probably, as again, healing to you, Tara, too, just to see your daughter in that. Yeah, it had to be.
Yeah,
So
because I have seen her grow so immensely since then that she's able to actually, not she not that everybody doesn't struggle in their relationship a little bit. I mean that what baggage she was holding on to, she was able to release so that it doesn't struggle in her marriage now. So that's a big thing.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing. And yeah, because I don't think we realize that our trauma hits other things too. And that's why it was so crucial for that healing.
No, absolutely. So, anything else that, like, Kerry will ask you, anything else you want to just state as we're fixing to wrap up here that you want to convey to the public about the sister retreat?
It's a great experience. Um, Absolutely worth it if you can give to help support other women who need to go. Um, it will be worth it. A small amount, a large amount, whatever you can give, I encourage you to give it. And I also want to add in how much it helped my family
Mhm.
after I went because y'all were talking about your daughters, and I have all sons, and all of my experience it was kind of put some difficulty in my relationship with my oldest. But of course, we were Snapchatting this morning. I told him I was doing this, and he said he couldn't tell me how proud he was of me. And that
That's
was
cool.
the best.
Oh,
So it's
Carrie,
absolutely
best
worth it, not just
Valentine's Day present
for yourself,
ever.
but for your family.
That's
Absolutely.
wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that. Um, Amanda, anything else you want to state real quick before we wrap up?
Just again, this is an investment to yourself as well. This is an investment to yourself. So if you are on the fence about doing this, this is a lifelong investment. This will be something that you won't regret. And again, donations and sponsorships are so important. Um, this is one of the most crucial programs we have in our organization that really touches survivors. It does. It just is something that every year people have been taking things away from. And to me, that is beyond amazing. So, again, if you're looking to come to the retreat, don't stall. Again, we're here to help you, walk you through it, to make you feel comfortable. Um, we all are here to, again, understand your situation and to make sure that you feel comfortable with the next steps that you take at the retreat. And again, with sponsorships, I know, again, as a survivor myself, um, you want to give that experience to someone else. You want them to be able to see that smile and that bloom in their life, even if you're just standing in the background because you know you helped. So
No, absolutely. And I'm going to touch on people's heartstrings a little bit here. Imagine, escaping your abuser and you're trying to create a new life, and there's no one left to help you rebuild after the crisis. There's nobody. And that's what happens if we can't fund these programs. So your donation will make a difference because we're trying to, like I said in the previous one, bridge the gap of where survivors need help and need healing. And our programs provide that future, I feel. So um, definitely make a difference. Um, and your donation can make a difference on whether or not a survivor has a place to turn to where they feel heard and supported and loved and bringing forth awareness. So please, again, donate to the link on the bottom of the screen or go to our website at btsadv.org/donate. Any little amount will help. And so our next podcast, our next live will be let's see. We're gonna touch on. We got two more in this marathon that we're doing. So the next one's going to be talking some about how you can help sustain our mission and community support. What we do is some of the community programs, even some stuff on our ambassador program, and that will be up next here at 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. And then the last segment you definitely don't want to miss, because we're going to have our newest board member, Miss Lauren Hill, come in at 3:15, and we're going to talk about narcissism and DARVO. If you don't know what that acronym stands for, stay tuned and find out. And flying monkeys, that's another one that most people don't know what that is. But it's definitely all about how abusers can manipulate. And so that will be our closing live, and a great conversation because Lauren doesn't hold anything back. So definitely stay tuned, and we will see you again here at 2 o'clock.